I had my surgery 6 months ago.
It's 5 years this month since I had gastric bypass surgery.
I had my surgery about 3 years, 3 months ago.
This is me at 125 kilograms.
Just under 160 kilos.
When you wake up to the fact that you could have some major health problems, you do have to make a decision.
I was avoiding walking because it was unpleasant. So you'd avoid social situations, you'd avoid all sorts of things.
I wanted some life back.
In the end, it wasn't a difficult decision because it made the difference between leading a healthy life and not having to worry about all those little hidden things that creep up on you with diabetes.
Bariatric surgery is a life-changing procedure.
There's not a day goes by that I ever think, I wish I'd never done this.
As the weight dropped off, I had a resurgence of energy, of ambition, of interest in things.
Just the surprise and delight of being able to do normal things.
It's certainly been the best thing that I ever did.
It just turned my life around.
Bariatric surgery is a tool for them to be able to make these life-saving and life-changing choices.
I don't feel embarrassed about it, and if somebody's got a problem with it, I could care less, really.
Afternoon, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How's the morning been?
It's been wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah, good. Lots of walking.
Good. You're managing 60 mils an hour?
Yeah, I am.
And any tummy pain? Is that all right?
No, it's been good.
Good.
Just a bit of discomfort, but nothing.
Good.
It's not sore.
Okay. Well, Nikki will be in to see you later this afternoon to talk about your post-operative diet, but essentially you're going to be on liquids for the next 2 weeks, and that'll be mainly Optifast, which has got your proteins and multivitamins. Yeah. You've got an appointment to see Lynn next Monday for sutures? Yeah. Excellent. When you make contact with our staff, there's Chris, our practice manager. She tends to answer any queries through the website. Robin and Sarah on reception. And then from the clinical side, Lynn is our practice nurse. She's particularly involved around the time of surgery, patient education. Nikki is our dietitian and Catherine's our psychologist. So we work together as a team. There are a lot of operations out there, and they generally work by the restriction. So they actually restrict you in terms of how much you can eat and hunger control, or they work by malabsorption, like a surgical Xenical. So what you eat doesn't get absorbed, it just shoots out. And then you have these sort of combination or hybrid operations which combine restriction and malabsorption, such as the gastric bypass. This is adjustable gastric banding. It's the most popular operation for weight loss in Australia. It's one of the most common operations for weight loss in the Western world. It's a silicone band that's placed around the top of the stomach, which is attached via some tubing to a port, and it's all internalised, so you can access that port with a needle and some saline, and you inject into the port, and you can basically blow up this little cuff here, and that strangles the top of the stomach. This is sleeve gastrectomy. This is the new kid on the block. It's technically the only non-reversible bariatric operation, because you're essentially removing most of the stomach. And what you're doing is you're turning the stomach into a long narrow tube, a bit like an extension of the gullet. And so it works by restriction and hunger control. And it appears to be very effective. This is the gastric bypass. It's a more complex procedure. It's been around for a long time in various forms, and there are lots of gastric bypasses in different types. So when somebody says gastric bypass, it can mean, it virtually always means you're making a pouch out of the top of the stomach, and you're joining the small bowel onto that pouch. And you can have different sized pouches, you can have different lengths of small bowel limbs here. There are a whole lot of variabilities. You can put a little ring around the top here, which is what we do. That's the essence of what's called the Phobie pouch gastric bypass.
The stage that you're at now is the evaluation and preparation stage. It's a really important stage to go through. It's fantastic that you're here. You need to have done the research, you need to have got the information, you need to have really thought this through, and I do spend some time talking to people about this prior to surgery. When you wake up after the surgery, you are not thin, okay? Yeah, sorry. You'll want to be, you will have deserved it by then, but you're not thin immediately.
So who knows how many calories are in a ginger nut? Tell me. 55. I know, it's depressing, isn't it? There's 35 calories in just a plain boring wine biscuit. And then Tim Tams, 95. I mean, I can go for a 20-minute run and I only burn 160. It's just like, that's less than 2 Tim Tams. 2 Tim Tams to me is not worth the pain of a 20-minute run, quite frankly. I'd rather not have the 2 Tim Tams.
Food was always such a huge part of my life, and now more and more it's just you eat 3 times a day and don't even think about it.
I can't think of a food that I really can't eat.
I just want to invite you to the support groups that we run as part of this practice. We have 2 every month, one here and one in Takapuna. We have topics every week that you can see on the website, but mostly they're a lot of fun.
When I was overweight, I didn't feel that anything looked nice on me. I always felt not part of the social scene. I didn't want to be part of it because I felt self-conscious. And when I lost the weight, you couldn't hold me back. I just want to be part of everything.
So I've lost nearly 60 kilos in just over 6 months.
I've lost 77 kilos.
I did touch on 65 kilos. I have done that little bit where I've put a little bit back on. So I'm currently standing here in front of you at 71. This was me on my 50th birthday, going out for dinner at the French cafe, and that's the first time I've worn a dress in 20 years. This was a celebration of a new life, and I celebrate it every day.
I had very good preparation from Michael and from the nurse and from the dietitian, and similarly follow-up. There were no complications. It was textbook stuff, and it was, for me, it was a massive turning point in my life.
And I have a different life. This is a body by birth.